Afternoon, folks. Brian here, Geomagnetic Earthwatch, Sunday, June 30, 2024. Let's talk a little bit about this hurricane moving in through the Caribbean. However, let's cover something that no one else is talking about. So currently the eye of our storm is right here. Its track is expected to be running up through this way here. Track running up through the Caribbean islands. These are volcanic islands continuing up into the Caribbean, Jamaica, and so forth. I would not predict its track beyond this point. I'm going to concentrate here. I'll explain. Cosmic rays, folks. So when a primary cosmic rays enters our atmosphere and interacts with the atmospheric atoms, a secondary change takes place where that primary cosmic rays breaks down to form many secondary showering particles we call muons. Muons which can and do reach the Earth's surface, penetrate the crust, and into volcanic chambers. When this happens, the muons induce what's called bubble nucleation of silica-rich magma, pressurizing the magma, causing it to rise up through the mantle plumes, or pressurizing existing volcanic chambers. Case in point, 1991 Pinatubo eruption was right in the middle of a cyclone. Now I pulled up this graph. I showed it once before. So this is a graph of barometric pressure and the number of muon counts. Now the blue line is the barometric pressure. The red line are muon counts. When we have a drop in barometric pressure, we have a rise in the number of muons. When we have a rise in the barometric pressure, we have a drop in the muons. Drop in barometric pressure, increase in the number of muons reaching us, and so on. Therefore, my watch for the possibility, not guaranteed, of volcanic unrest, or at the very least, a great increase in heat detections along this arc of volcanic islands, so Grenada, Barbados, St. Vincent, etc. are all volcanoes. Then I will be on watch for this trench along the Cayman Islands, between the Cayman Islands and Jamaica, and so on. That is my suggestion, my watch. I will be watching for an increase in heat here. That is all. So just a brief recap, folks. So this is also done by a Japanese study, two Japanese scientists looking at Sakurajima volcano, measuring the increased muon counts. So high barometric pressure acts as a form of a shielding. When the barometric pressure drops, the umbrella closes up and allows more muons to penetrate. And again, the muons, which is a secondary particles from cosmic rays, heat up silica-rich magma, pressurizes it. Whether it's down in the outer core, in one of the mantle plumes, the mantle transition zone, which is between 410 and 660 kilometers deep, or inside of a magma chamber already. So again, the 1991 Pinatubo eruption, right in the middle of that cyclone. I've also showed you another example when a cyclone moved in south of Japan over the Isuzu Islands, and right after then, a massive, large swarm of magnitude 6+ earthquakes, lots of them. I showed you that example. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be any volcanic eruptions in the Caribbean, but it's just a heads up, and we need to consider this as we have more and more of these storm systems coming in. Higher category coming out of nowhere, along with our weakened protective magnetic field. You should also consider looking back. So all those tornadoes, and derechos, and thunderstorms that moved from Texas all the way up into eastern Canada. Was there an increase in seismic activity? I think so, yes, in those areas. A lot of people forget about this. A lot of people don't know about it. We must know about it. Study these things. Expect an increase in, at the very least, the heat from rising magma or volcanic eruptions, as well as it's a pressure underneath the crust. And of course, a pressure means earthquakes. So I would consider that a heads up. That is all.